For the young, trouble may arise in love because of lack of knowledge, but the most fundamental source of difficulty lies elsewhere. In brief, that source is not the lack of experience, but the lack of the history experience gives, and therefore of personality. For without personality, it becomes unclear how we can distinguish between love and desire. The first of Much Ado About Nothing's love problems explores this issue. For the old, the source of trouble in love is quite otherwise. It is the very fact of history and personality itself. They have never been successful in love, that history and personality may explain why. And if they have been, that success may constitute so large a part of the same as to present an equally formidable obstacle. The second of Much Ado About Nothing's love problems explores the first form of this issue. One might think that these two problems share the same solution. Specifically, that because they both concern trust, they must share the correlative solution, trust. And while there is nothing obviously false about this view, I think it obscures as much as it reveals. What it obscures is that the solution for the young lovers is to acquire personality, whereas the solution for the old is to act in accord with the better part of their personalities. Indeed, even this formulation undersells the point. For of the young lovers, only Claudio acts autonomously, and of the old, Benedict acts much more significantly. So I'm going to speak of two solutions. First, for Claudio, become a man, and second, for Benedict, be one. Men accept the burden of action in an uncertain world, responding creatively to it, and thereby finding or making order in its chaos. But the essence of Claudio is that he is something like a fairy tale prince, cast into the real world, and an insecure one at that. Accordingly, he expects the world to be perfectly prearranged for him, and lashes out like a spoiled child when it is not. He does not accept uncertainty. He can't. He does not even understand it, and therefore darts one way, then the other, right up to the very brink of psychic breakdown, and forced to confront his different beliefs about Hero. He neither possesses the self-control needed to respond to the world creatively, nor shows any independent signs of such creativity. Claudio must make good on these deficits if the first love problem is to reach a satisfactory conclusion. That he does so forms both the miracle and the deus ex machina of the play. No one would mistake Benedict for a fairy tale prince, and although he plays a character that could feature in the same drama, that of the jester, he is not a character come to life, but a man behind a character's mask. Benedict is willing to accept the burden of action in an uncertain world, provided he can see reason to, and he clearly possesses the capacity to respond creatively to it. No reference to the benevolence, generosity, and mercy of the comic spirit is necessary here to fill the yawning gap. Thus, while he refuses to challenge Claudio when Beatrice first makes her request, he changes course almost immediately when he realizes that his standing with her is at stake. Similarly, only moments after denying his affection at the very end of the play, he turns decisively and symbolically administers a mortal stroke to all in his past conduct that might stand in the way of his upcoming marriage.